Continuing with the life of Zoroaster, in the words of his own hymns, the Gathas, according to both documents, the priestly and the personal on parallel pages, translated by Kenneth Sylvan Guthrie, part 3. I'm going to continue here with 4, vision 4. Zarathustra seeks immortality in vain. Don't know if that's how appropriate of a title that is, but number 4417. O Ahura Mazda, mindful Lord, I ask this of thee, speak to me truly. How shall I carry out the object inspired by you, my attachment to you, in order that my speech may grow mightily, and that by the word of mine the adherent of Asha, justice, may in the future commune with Harvatat, health, and Emeritat, immortality. 44:18. O Ahura Mazda, I ask this of thee, speak to me truly. How shall I earn through Asha justice that compensation which was announced to me on account of Harvatat, health, and Emeritat, immortality, namely 10 mares with stallions and a camel, so that I might in the future impart the mystic world of these twain divinities to the adherents of Asha. Holy ones, not divinities. Ahuras, I believe. 5. As student with the Mazdist cult. 31:3. In order that I may cause all men to choose aright, O Ahura Mazda, with the tongue of thy mouth to tell what satisfaction taught through Asha justice thou wilt give to both contending parties through mentality and fire. What is thy command for the enlightened, that we may understand? 31:4. And as far as Asha, justice, and the other Ahura Mazda, lords mindful, kind of like Alhim and Alahuma, plural out of the royal plural, rather than quantitative, are willing to be invoked through Ashe, compensation, and Armiti, love, and the best mana, dispensation. So far shall I seek for myself the Kshatra, power of realm, by the vigorous increase whereof we may defeat the Druj, the ignorant. 31:5. Tell me, O Ahura Mazda, Lord mindful, what is not to occur, and what is to occur, in order that I may distinguish that what you may have given me through Asha, justice, was the better thing, in order that I may understand it through Vohamana, and may ponder over this, so that by understanding it fully, I may gather therefrom a reward. Oh, so that by understanding fully is not part of the thing. I need to stop reading parentheses. I'm sorry for that and for the shaky, but it's been painful. So, 5. As a student with the Mazdist cult, questions about theology. 44:1. O Ahura Mazda, this I ask of thee, speak to me truly. How should I pray when I wish to pray to one like you? May one like you, O Mazda, who is friendly, teach one like me, and may you give supporting aids through the friendly Asha justice, and tell us how you may come to us with Vohamana, good disposition. And remember, the angels, or, something that God sends and commands. 44:2. O Ahura Mazda, this I ask of thee, speak to me truly, whether at the beginning of the best life the retributions will be a profit to the recipients, and whether he who is bounteous and to all through Asha justice, and who watches the end through his mentality menu, he is the life-healing friend. People 31:7. Okay, it's 31:5. Oh, it's continuing of this list. The Asha, the Vohamanu, the Pondering. Oh. 1, 2, he is bounteous. And 2, 1, whether at the beginning of life. 2, whether he was bounteous through all things, watches the end. He is life here. Okay. 31:7. Whether Mazda, mindful, was the first one to fill the glories with lights. 3. Whether Mazda, through understanding, created Asha. And 4. Whether Asha will maintain the best activity of Ohomana. Good disposition. 5. Whether Mazda shall cause these to prosper through the mentality which is over the same until the present time. 31:8. Whereupon Zarathustra with his eye and through his mind, by puzzling out its significance, comprehend Mazda and Mana. Then Zarathustra understood that Mazda was both the first and the youngest of creation, and the father of Bahumana, the genuine creator of Asha, justice, and the ruling lord in the deeds of life. So actively accept God as your Lord. 31:2. Seven. That at first, O Mazda, with thy mind and understanding thou didst shape substance and spirits, and didst establish body and life, and deeds and doctrines whereby men who exercise their faculties of choice might develop convictions. 44:3. O Ahura Mazda, mindful Lord, this I ask of thee, speak to me truly, who was the first father of Asha, justice by giving birth, who established the sun and the star and the way, the Milky Way, who apart from thee established by which the moon waxes and wanes. These and other things would I like to know. For some reason I'm thinking of Nietzsche and him saying something to the effect of, why speak of natural laws if there's no natural lawgiver? 44:4. O Ahura Mazda, this I ask of thee, speak to me truly, who was from beneath sustaining the earth and the clouds, so that they would not fall down, who made the waters and the plants, who yoked the twin swift ones to the wind and to the clouds, who is the creator of Vahomana. So the Holy Spirit's not a God. 44:5. O Ahura Mazda, this I ask of thee, speak to me truly, who produced the well-made lights in darkness, who produced sleep well-induced through laborious waking, who produced the dawns and the noon through the contrast with the night, whose daily changes for the enlightened believers and monitors of their interests. And that verse 44:5, you see a lot of ceremonial magic being influenced with no memory of Zarathustra. But 31:14, O Ahura Mazda, I ask thee about these conditions, present and future. 1. What compensations will be given to satisfy the claims of the Ashaist from the Drugist? How shall both stand at the time awarding the compensations? 31:15. 2. O Ahura, I ask thee, what shall be the punishments of those who encourage the dominion of the Drugist? B. Of those who cannot make their living without violence to cattle and to men devoted to herding them. 31:15. Oh, that was 31:15. 31:16. 3. O Mazda, Ahura, I ask thee whether the well-disposed man who may strive to improve the houses and the villages, the clans and the providences through Asha justice, whether he may become a being like unto thee, if so, when shall he arise, and what shall he do? 31:17. Which is the more important object of choice, that of the Ashaist, or that of the Drugist? Do thou, who art the expert knower, inform me who would become one, and do not permit the ignorant man to continue deluding. O Ahura Mazda, be thou to us an instructor of Bohemana. Good disposition. 44:6. O Ahura Mazda, this I asked of thee, speak to me truly. Is the message I am about to proclaim genuine? Does our matey love support Asha justice through deeds? Dost thou with Bohemana good disposition destine the Kshatra realm for these? For whom but these didst thou shape the fortune-bringing cattle? 44:7. O Ahura Mazda, this I ask of thee, speak to me truly. Who shaped, prized our matey love with Kshatra power? Who by guidance rendered sons reverent to their fathers? I who strive to learn to recognize thee through Fountain's mentality, spenta menu as giver of all. 44:8. O Ahura Mazda, this I ask of thee, speak to me truly, to know what of a purpose that I may be mindful of it. What are thy utterances about which I ask through the aid of Bohemana? Good disposition. The power, the proper knowledge of life through Asha justice. How shall my soul, encouraged by bliss, arrive at that good reward? $34.12. What is thy decree? What is thy wish? What praise? What hymn? That we may hear it, do thou, O Ahura Mazda, reveal what compensation thou wilt grant for keeping thy observances. Teach us, O Asha, the passable paths. Teach us, O Asha, the passable paths of Vohamana. Good disposition. 34:13. And the way of Vohamana, of which thou toldest me, which is well formed by Asha, on which the spirits of the Saviours progress, which thou, O Mazda, hast assigned for the clever, as one of the compensations which are at thy disposal. 34:14. Which choice, O Ahura Mazda, give to my corporeal life through the actions of Ohomana, and to whomsoever belongs to the groups of those who labor at herding, calving, good wisdom of understanding, which causes prosperity for the caste of laboring men. 34:15. O Ahura Mazda, with Bohomana, good disposition, and with Asha, justice, inform me of the best teachings and deeds and speeches, and what praise of ours you claim as your due through Kshathra power. Grant that, according to your will, humanity may be progressive. 44:9. O Ahura Mazda, this I ask of thee, speak to me truly. How may I accomplish the sanctification of those spirits to whom thou, the well-disposed, master of the coming kingdom, Kshathra power, hast pronounced promises about its genuine blessings, promising that those spirits shall dwell in the same dwelling with Asha, justice, and Bohamana, good disposition. 44:10. O Ahura Mazda, this I ask of thee, speak to me truly. Will properly nurture deeds which are the best qualities of these my followers, spirits, together with utterances of humility, will cause my settlements to prosper through Asha, justice. The aspirations of my mystic wisdom shall wish for thy, O Mazda. 44:11. O Ahura Mazda, this I ask of thee, speak to me truly. How will our Métis love actually in deeds extend over those to whom thy spirit was announced? On account of those whom I first was elected, knowledge all others I look upon with hostility of mentality. And it's important to acknowledge difference, and oh, they're all the same, I love them the same. That's garbage. 2 questions about propaganda by war. 44:12. O Ahura Mazda, this I ask of thee, speak to me truly. How shall I, from among those whom I am addressing, tell the Ashaist from the Drugist? To which of these two is the enemy of life opposed? Or shall I take for granted that whoever opposes thy prophet is an enemy and a Drugist? What is the real condition? What is the real condition of affairs with him, the Drugist, who shall he not be considered an enemy? 44:13. O Ahura Mazda, this I ask of thee, speak to me truly. How may we drive off from us the Drugist? I exclaim, down with those who, being full of disobedience, do not strive to be together with Asha, justice, nor desire to understand the problems of Vohamana, good disposition. 44:14. O Ahura Mazda, this I ask of thee, speak to me truly. How may I deliver the Druge into the hands of Asha, justice, that I may smite them down of thy words, of thy doctrines, so that within the Drugist may accomplish powerful destruction, that those torturers and haters may perish. So don't think you're going to force religion, that's going to be good on you in your end, or your philosophy or something. 44:15. O Ahura Mazda. O Ahura Mazda. This I ask of thee. Speak to me truly. Whether in order to protect me thou hast taken control of this, whenever the two hostile armies shall meet, by those commands of righteousness which thou shalt maintain, to which of the two parties wilt thou give victory? 44:16. O Ahura Mazda, this is I ask of thee, speak to me truly. Who comes victoriously with thy doctrines to protect those who are existent? Life healing, clearly designate to me an established judge. To him, whosoever he be, to whom thou wishest, to him may Shrausha with Vohomana then come. 44:19. O Ahura Mazda, this I ask of thee, speak to me truly. He who does not give compensation to, who by uttering just teaching, I know what punishment will overtake him at the last. But me, what punishment will overtake him here in this first? So there's consequences in the first life too, the current life. 44:20. O people, you might as well obey me, as I should tell you. Judge for yourselves. Have you prospered under the rule of the Davas? The demons. I shall ask those for the sake of whose feeding the Carapas and the Uxek give up the cattle to Ashma. Is it Uxek or Uxech? Give up the cattle to Ashma, fury and rapine, for whom the Caves have made lament exceedingly, instead of through Asha prospering pasturage, so as to care for entrance into public life, creation of the cattle, its choice of master. 31:9. That, O Mazda, Ahura, mindful Lord, to thee belongs both our matey, love, and shaper of the bovine, which was the understanding of the mentality, that when for thou didst ordain a path, she might repudiate the herdsman and go to abide with the nomad. 31:10. Then she chose for herself among the two lords the herdsman or nomad. The herdsman who would follow her, namely the Ashaist. It that all things that belong to Voha Mana, good disposition, prosper, and in who return is prospered by him. The nomad shall not get a share of Voha Mana's favorable report, even though he should urge for it. so in favor of civilization, but the wanderer, he just goes around taking what he will, is sort of the symbol of the liar. Interested into public life, creation of the cattle, its choice of master. Now that's 1. 51:7. O Mazda, mindful, fashioner of the bovine, the waters, and the plants. So animal life, water, and plant life. Through the most spentamenu, grant me a meritat. Oh, a meritat, immortality. Did I say it? Love, or mated is love, or meritat is immortality. And harvatat, health, which are full of vitality, and are through vohamana, good disposition, enduring in the holy doctrines, 44:16. O Ahura Mazda, this I ask of thee, speak to me truly. Tell me who comes victoriously with thy doctrines to protect those who are existent. Do thou, who art life-healing, clearly designate to me an established judge, to him whosoever he be, to whom thou wishest. To him may Zoroaster, obedience. Oh, the angel of obedience. Okay, that's what that means. With Vohamana, then come. 2. Capture of the Ashaist cult, appointment as judge. 1. The bovine creation demands protection. 29:1. The souls of the bovine complain to you, for whose benefit did you fashion me, who shaped me? Fury against me, violence and cruelty, maltreatment and roughness oppress me. I have no herdsman except you, and therefore you to procure me good pasture. 29:2. Then the shaper of the bovine asked Asha, justice, by what was thy idea about a judge for the bovine? Did you make an energetic herdsman along with the pasture when you made the bovine? On whom have you decided as her lord, who may repel the fury by the drugist? 29:3. Mazda with Asha answered the shaper of the bovine creation. For the bovine, do I not know of a helper who would not be liable to do harm? Those yonder do not comprehend how just treat their dependents, but to whomsoever of living beings I come as help, he is the strongest of living beings. 29:4. Asha, justice. Mazda, mindful. It is the most retentive of the plans which have been performed by Davas and men in the past, and also of the plans which shall be performed in the future. He, Ahura, Lord, who makes the decisions, whatever he wills will happen to us. 29:5. If that is so, said the shaper of the bovine creation, then my soul and that of the calving cow urge Mazda with questions, and placate him with outstretched hands. No destruction may affect the just living farmer among the drugists. Again, favoring of the civilization. Capture of the Ashes cult, appointment of judge, 2. 44:6. O Ahura Mazda, this I ask of thee, speak to me truly. Is this message I'm about to proclaim genuine? Does our matey love support Asha justice through deeds? Does our matey support Asha through deeds? Dost thou with Vohamana, good disposition, destine the Kshatra realm for these? For whom but these didst thou shape the fortune-bringing cattle? 44:20. O people, you might as well obey me, as I shall let you judge for yourselves. Have you prospered under the rule of the Davas? The fallen angels, the fire beings. I shall ask those for the sake of whose feeding the Karpas and the Uksik give up the cattle to Ashma, pure and rapine. Ashma, Dava, is, Satan. For whom the Kaves have made lament exceedingly, instead of through Asha justice prospering pasturage, so as to care for cattle. Okay. An answer to which, 29:6. Ahura Mazda, Lord Mindful, who knows the decrees which for wisdom himself spoke, neither overlord nor rightly appointed judge exist for thee. Therefore I, who am the fashioner, shape thee for the farmer and the pasturer. 29:7. This decree which provided fat, pastoral, food for the cattle, the milk food for the hungry, Ahura Mazda in agreement through his bountiful teaching. But the bovine pair were at a loss for some one to enforce this decree on earth, so they asked, what hadst thou, O Vohomana, good disposition, who could tend us both among men? The call of Zarathustra as teacher and protector. 29:8. Answered, the only person known unto me here who has hearkened to our teaching is Zarathustra Spitama. He is desirous of proclaiming the thought for Mazda, mindful, and Asha. So we will endow his words with sweetness, and thereupon the soul of the bovine lamented, who must for a preparer put up with the impudent speech of an impotent man, who wished for myself a self-depending ruler. In what age shall he who may give me energetic help arise? 29:10. You, O Ahura and Asha, that you will give to these two, the soul of the bovine creation and the calving cow. Okay. Such vigor and ruling power as gives peace of dwelling through Vohamana's assistance, good dispositions, assistance. As to me, O Mazda, I have recognized thee as the original provider of all supplies. Islamic index. Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. Ar-Razak. More specifically. 29:11. Where is Asha and Vohamana and Kshatra, political power? So, O mortals, receive among you that I may impart to you instruction for the great Magian cause. Grant us help now, O Ahura Mazda, mindful Lord, for we intend to be of service to such divinities as you. Again, respecting the plurals. Capture of the Vohomanowitz cult, 3 dualism proclaimed, 1 exhortation to the faithful to open to their ears to the mystery. 31. But thus, O souls desirous, I will utter of those things worthy to be remembered by the expert knower, the praise for Ahura, Lord, and hymns of Vohamana, good disposition, and things well remembered with the aid of Asha, justice, and the propitious, beheld through the lights are the altar flames. Okay. 30, verse 2. Listen with your ears to the best. Behold with your sight and with your mind, man by man, each for his own persons, distinguishing between both confessions. Before this great crisis, consider again. Capture of homonymous cult, dualism proclaimed, repeated exhortations to the faithful to open their ears to the mystery. 45:1. Now will I speak out, listen and hear, you who from far and near have come to seek, now clearly to impress on your memory and his faults. No longer shall the evil teacher, Druge that he is, destroy the second life, in his tongue misleading to the evil life, to doctrinal dualistic foundation of partisanship. 45:2. Now will I speak out. At the beginning of life, the holier said to the more hostile, neither are thoughts, doctrines,